I know it's a God-given job, and I am so happy. I get so fulfilled when I get a smile, or when I get somebody out of a bad mood, or help somebody to do certain things. I love to serve, and that is fulfilling my spiritual gifts.
When I started doing this, my father was 88, and he joked, he says, "You're just practicing for me." Well, I never got to do that because Dad passed away. But when I go to my clients, I see my father in them, and I love them. And I do whatever I can for them, because that's what I'm there for, to make their life better. I've been with clients. The family asked me to come because their father was ill, or was on his way out. And it was a day that I was supposed to work. And they called and said, "Well, we still want you here." And I was with him when he passed away. And it was so special. I was with the family, and they included me as family. And there again, I love that man. In his last couple days, he couldn't even talk. His last couple months, he couldn't even talk. But I talked to him. I have a gift of that. I can communicate well. And though he couldn't talk, he talked with his eyes. It was unbelievable.
I know I had one client with Alzheimer's, fairly bad, and she was a puncher. And I remember there were days that I wondered if I would make it, because there were long days that shifted into 24-hour shifts. And but I'd ask her why she would hit, and she said, "I would never hit you." And so it got me thinking that she must not realize it. And so those days were hard, but I learned if I caught her hand in my hand and rubbed her back, that's what she wanted. She needed some physical contact, but because of this disease, she couldn't express it. And so what was a very difficult time turned into a very rewarding time.
I had a lady that I worked with recently that was very sick and was told that she was going to pass way before she did. And she asked me one day if I could stay with her to the end, and I told her that I would do that, absolutely. You know, she asked me questions about what it would be like for her, and I was able to answer a lot of her questions, some things I didn't know. And I would just tell her I wasn't sure, but that I would be there for her and, you know, make sure that all of her needs were met right until the end.
Well, maybe I could make more money doing something else, or maybe, you know, I could, you know, work more hours somewhere else or whatever. I wouldn't have that same sense of I made a difference in someone's life, and what I did counts for eternity.